Inhale. Exhale, sit back into Utkatasana, Yogi's chair again. Make sure those shoulders aren't hunched. Drawing that belly button back towards the spine. See if you can sit a little bit lower. Breathe. Looking between the hands. Where your hands are is kind of up to you. Some people have a restriction where the arms can't kind of climb up higher. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale as you fold forward onto the thighs and straighten those legs. Inhale as you flatten that back. Exhale as you step or jump back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Release. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Place that foot between the hands and ground the back foot. Heel to arch alignment, bending that right knee. Inhaling up into warrior two. Gaze along that right middle finger. Inhale back into reverse warrior. Exhale into Parsvakonasana. Breathe. And now really rotating through that torso with a nice strong core. If you would like to challenge yourself, bring your right arm alongside. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the ground and the left hand onto the left hip. See if you can bend a little bit lower. And bring this right shoulder to the inside of that right thigh. Try to rotate through that thoracic spine. And if you like, bring this right hand up underneath you and come back with the left and bind. Breathe. That hand back to the ground. Release the left hand from the hip. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale as you come down to the mat, up on those left toes. Right foot back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale that knee to the chest. Place that foot between the hands. Ground the back foot. Heel to arch alignment. Nice and low with the hips. So inhale up into warrior two. Remember that alignment with the front of the body and the long side of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Remember this length you want through the right side of the body. Squeezing that left glute so that that hip doesn't start poking backwards. Breathe. Engage your core. If you want to here, bring that left arm up. And then bring the left hand down to the mat and your right hand to the hip. So rotate here through the thoracic spine. Sit your chest nice and open. And bring this left shoulder to the inside of the left thigh. Really engaging the glute. And bring that left hand up. The right hand over the body, binding. Breathe. Release, bring that left hand to the inside of the left foot. And inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, coming down to the mat, up on those right toes, left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, rolling back into downward facing dog. Gaze up between the hands. As you walk or jump up to the top of the mat, inhale, flattening that spine. Exhaling, fold, squeeze the glutes. Inhale to standing. Exhaling in prayer. Inhale. Exhale, sitting back into yogi's chair. See if you can go even lower this time. Weight in the heels, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Core nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, bringing that chest down onto the thighs, hands to the mat, straightening the legs. Inhale, flatten that back. Exhale, stepping or jumping back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Place that foot between the hands. Ground the back foot, heel to arch alignment, bending the right leg. Inhale. Warrior two. Gaze out along those right middle fingers. Bring that left hand to the hip as you come down and grab onto the ankle. Opening up that body again to the right hand side. And now we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So your hand is going to come out sort of diagonally and ground on the floor. If that's not accessible to you, that's when you're going to grab your blocks. So you bring the floor closer to you. So step forward, just slightly with the left foot. Bring your hand to the ground, straighten your right leg, and open up the left side of the body. Flex that left foot. And you can bring that right hand up off the hip. If you like, and if that balance is there for you, you can rotate your gaze up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Bring your left hand back to your hip. Bend that right knee and bring that left foot back to the mat. Inhale, back into warrior two and straighten that right leg. Bring your right toes in and your left toe slightly out. So your feet are now parallel with the short edges of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Before you come forward, I want you to engage those quadriceps. So what a lot of people with hypermobile joints do is they keep their legs really, really wide. They hyperextend those knees and they just fold forward. I want you to engage the quads, placing your hands on your hips, squeezing these glutes, engaging the core, shoulders down, inhaling, and exhaling as you come forward, down to the mat. Stop halfway and drop the hands down to the mat. So the torso is now parallel with the ground. If this is enough for you, you stay here. If you would like to go slightly further, begin bringing the head down, flattening the hands on the mat. What are you wanting to essentially do here is push the mat away from you with the hands. So you're energetically moving that forward and bringing the torso down. At the same time, don't lock out those knees, engage the quadriceps. So you've got a very strong stretch here through the hamstring. Breathe. Inhale. As we come up halfway again, flattening the spine. Engage that core. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to standing. Rotate through that right foot. Bend the right knee. Hands away. Inhale, exhale, down to the mat. Right foot back to meet the left. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Place that foot between the hands. Inhaling up into warrior two, nice and low. And then bringing that left hand down to the ankle and bring that right hand onto the hip. So that helps you just to open up through the chest. And we're going to come forward into that half moon pose again. Place that left hand on the floor onto your blocks. And your right foot comes up off the ground. I'm a bit wobbly on this side. Flex that foot. Open up the right side of the body and extend that right hand up towards the ceiling. If you have that balance, you can turn your gaze up to the ceiling. I don't. Breathe. Inhale, bring that right hand back. Bend that left knee and let that right foot find the mat behind you. Inhaling into warrior two. And then straighten that left leg. Bring those left toes in and those right toes out. So the feet are parallel and the toes are in line. Again, bring the hands to the hip. Prepare yourself to come into that Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold, by engaging those glutes, rather quads. So you feel those kneecaps really lifting up. Inhale, chest nice and open. Exhale as we come forward. Halfway. Breathe. Drop the hands to the mat. Quads engaged. Dropping the head. And again, energetically pushing the mat away from you with the hands. You're pushing the hands forward, thereby bringing the torso down. If you cannot get your hands to the mat, use your blocks. Bring the floor closer to you. Breathe. Inhale, flatten that spine. Engage the core, bring the hands up to the hips. Come back up to standing. Let's rotate that left foot out, bend that left knee, hands out to the side. Exhale as we come down to the mat, left foot meets the right. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze up between the hands. Walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale as you flatten that spine. Exhale as you fold. Squeeze the glutes. Inhaling to standing. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale as you sit back into yogi's chair. Shoulders down. Breathe. Straight back. Strong legs. Grounding with those heels. Inhale. Exhale as you bring that chest down to meet the thighs and straighten the legs. Dropping the head. Inhale, flattening the spine. Exhale, jumping back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, rolling back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Place that foot between the hands. And ground the back foot. This time, either heels in alignment or slightly wider, so we don't have too much rotation through that back knee. Bend the right leg. Inhale. Coming up into warrior one. Breathe. Bring the hands to the side. Let's clasp the hands behind the body and open up that chest. Don't poke the belly out here. Draw that navel back in to look after that lower back. Release the hands. Come up on those left toes. Just bring hands down to the mat. Right foot back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Place that foot between the hands. Ground the back heel. Inhale, up to warrior one. Breathe. Drop the hands to the side and clasp the hands behind the body, opening up the chest. Breathe. Releasing the hands. Down to the mat, up on those right toes. Left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Release. Inhale, upper dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze up between the hands. Walking or jumping up to the top of the mat. Inhale, flattening the spine. Exhaling, fold. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale to standing. Exhaling in prayer. Inhaling. Exhaling, sitting down to Utkatasana. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Chest to thigh. Straighten the legs. Inhale, flatten that back. Exhale, stepping or jumping back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, release. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And now, if you can, you're going to jump the feet forward to the outside of the hands. Try and land softly. Otherwise, if that's not accessible to you, just walk the feet up. Onto the toes. Bending the knees. Gaze between the hands. And jump. So your feet on the outside of your hands now. And bring that tailbone down. Hands into prayer. As you bring that chest up. Into Malasana. This beautiful squat. Breathe. You're pressing the upper arms into the insides of the thighs. If you'd like to try a balance pose, bring your hands down to the floor and come up onto the toes. So you're going to try crow pose. So in preparation for this pose, come up onto your toes and try and get your knees as high onto your triceps as possible. Okay? And then you're going to shift your weight forward so they're over your hands. And then bring one foot up off the ground. And then your second foot up off the ground. Keep your head up. Sitting back into your low squat. Try and bring your shoulders back. Keep your back as straight as possible. Breathe. Release your hands down to the mat. Jump back into plank. Just move back a little bit here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And bring your knees down to the mat. Release the toes. Sit back onto the heels. Ground the forehead. And bring the arms to the sides of the body. Breathe. Reconnect with your breath. Ground yourself. Rest. And then when you're ready, you can come back up and perhaps do another sequence or series, or move straight into your closing sequence, your twist and Shavasana. Well done.